Loki, Season 2, Episode 2. And you thought Synergy was supposed to be basically invisible. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. They're screwing us. Alright, guys, Brent back here with the man, the myth, the Marvel, Will Parker, as we cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, Star Wars, video games, and more. This time, Loki, Episode 2, Season 2. Let's start with our resident agent of chaos, Mr. Parker. How do you feel about Loki so far?
Honestly, I didn't expect episode 2 to ramp up as quickly as it did. I thought they're going to do it like a slow build up again, but no. Episode 2 was great for a lot of stuff they set up. We got more information on the sacred timeline, so we know what's going on there. We see these cool little Easter eggs about other Marvel characters that are kind of coming into the fray, and I'm just really ecstatic for what we're going to talk about in this show. So this episode was good for me.
And luckily, you left stuff for me to actually talk about because I have very little idea as to what is going on with this series because Marvel is one of the newer properties for me, but Loki's been hitting out of the park. I had very high hopes for season 1, happily fulfilled. I've seen what Marvel's been doing of late, so accordingly I dropped my hopes for this. Loki's just out there in the timeline, man. His show is the best Marvel's been doing. And we're on season 2 and it has not waned. Renslayer being in even further on this plan than we can all possibly thought. And likely she was the one who probably pulled this ultimate call to just nuke the timeline the way that just transpired. Would not color me shocked. Having Miss Minutes be the Minute Woman in on this task, a little shocking to me, to be honest, but also, boy, Ouroboros grows on you per episode. Thought he was a little annoying in the first one. I like him a lot in the second one. And having Sylvie back is a nice boon for everything that we got going on here. Interesting to see how He Who Remains will fit in with what we've got going here. Your thoughts?
Well, let's start off first. We got X5, aka Brad Wolf, which you see he's a movie actor. He's going for his new thriller Zaniac and all this stuff. Zaniac is actually a character. Like while Brad Wolf was an actor in costume, there ended up being an explosion. Some stuff got released from the Manhattan Project and actually caused him to transform into the Zaniac because he identified with his character a lot. He was abused when he was younger, so this kind of helped set him off to kind of resonate with the serial killer part of the movie, and then he actually becomes more or less the character in the movie. He's able to like grow knives from his hands and all this kind of stuff. So really cool that we kind of got the allusion to Zaniac that could still come to pass at some point in time in any one of these timelines. So that's great. We actually got to see some Loki magic, and he's actually kind of up to his old tricks again, so to speak. Actually seeing him go through, pull the shadows out, his multiple forms. So like, yes, this is what we've been missing. We've been seeing him run around the TVA, just kind of doing the basic run around stuff and kind of having the time glitching similar to Spider-Verse, but it was nice to see Loki kind of back to form and kind of using what he knows best to kind of get over on people. With the Miss Minutes and the Renslayer thing, yeah, that's just a beautiful kind of setup for that, and we'll see how far that's going to go as far as what Miss Minutes is doing and why she's doing it. If she's been programmed that way, is it she's become self-aware, so to speak? Like what's going on with her? Um, the aura when Ouroboros was trying to figure the stuff out, and they had the invalid temporal aura. That was the part that was interesting because He Who Remains is the one who helped create everything, and it's his aura that is the only one that can override outside of Miss Minutes. Apparently, she has a backup override to kind of get into the system. So it's either find one of the other Kangs, so to speak, to bring them forward to utilize them there, or find Miss Minutes and either trick her into opening the doors or bring her back to this side to utilize her however they need to get those doors open and fix the loom. So that's fun. Loki flipping everything on his head again. Loki back to form, using his evil side, turning everything Brad said against him to get the truth out of him. That was a beautiful scene. Like we actually got to see Loki again do what Loki's known to be, which is the villain, so to speak. So he's able to play the dual roles in this. He's playing the villain, he's playing the hero at the same time. He's doing villain stuff to do the hero stuff, kind of thing. It's great. I'm super excited, as you can tell, about everything that's going on. And with bringing Sylvie back in, and they're kind of going into combat together, and Sylvie just kind of jumps right back into it. It's great to see that they haven't lost a step as far as their teamwork when necessary, but there's more to it. And Sylvie, you can tell she's at a crossroads right now. It's like she wants to protect, what she's built with her life and stuff. And I think the kid at the end, that's kind of like a soft spot for her. She wants to protect him. So if these timelines get destroyed, he's gone. And she'll lose him as kind of like she's maybe like a surrogate aunt or something to him or something like that. She wants to take care of him, make sure he's just a young kid, by the way everything was going. So she has a stake in this, and this is going to kind of bring her back to the fold, probably, instead of just not caring about anything else is going on. So that's very important for her. And the last thing that I really want to kind of hit on is the branches and the bombings. Docs was going in on everybody, but I still feel like she's just a ploy in this. Is it Miss Menace running it? Is it Renslayer is running it? Is another Kang like what is going on? We still got to get to the big bad because we've got several options for the big bad as far as this season goes. But what's going to happen with everything, and how is this going to affect what's left of the sacred timeline? Because from the monitor, it looked like there was only 3 branches remaining, which could be a way for I say Marvel to trim the fat and kind of set up the universes accordingly, so we can have the sacred timeline, which is where most of the Marvel stuff is happening along the sacred timeline, and then we can switch to hey, here we go. This branching timeline right here is where the X-Men are involved. This branching timeline here is the Sony universe or something like that. And something else is over here. Like we got options and stuff now. So I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm having a good time. That's the end of my rant for now. I'm really ready to get into episode 3 and see what we got going for the rest of the season.
And guys, you thought I could talk about Star Wars all day? Marvel. This is what it is. When you're inside your element and you're inside your wheelhouse, this is where the passion comes out, and this is where you come out and show out. And there's a lot of good stuff to like about this series. I like the way they've started out with an absolute bang. This doesn't seem like it's going to have any dragging episodes. Maybe the episode before the finale might have a little bit of snag in it. But then again, some shows always have to have a snag eventually. And the way this has gone, it's been pretty flawless start to finish. The only thing I'll add is Sylvie, if you're going to protect a sacred timeline, why are you doing it in the one where you're working at a McDonald's? I've had that job. You don't want that job. I can tell you how people treat you, how your coworkers act. You don't want that job. If you're going to protect a timeline, which is great, it's important, it's amazing to help people, maybe find a better thing to do. That's all I got. This series has been great. I've been loving what we're seeing. I'd love it if you hit that lovely red subscribe button down in the description below. Really helps us out. We drop a new short for you each and every night. And we have tons of other amazing content. I got my tongue tied right there because we've been covering Jujutsu Kaisen today. I just covered Gen V with you. And now I'm here with Loki for you. Plus, I also made the short that's dropping tonight. I got tons of content for you. As I see, we'll see you in the next one.